啊，你声音怎么那么粗啊 ？Hello， 各位观众，大家好，我是夜幕，欢迎来到我的频道。今天我们要继续玩我们的霍格沃兹之遗哦。那接下来就是上课的时候了。废话不多说，我们马上开始游戏。那我的决定就是Ravenclaw。我是有一个大脑的人。直接接受学院吧。
You belong in Ravenclaw。
哦耶！大家给我拍手，谢谢谢谢。不客气不客气，谢谢谢谢。
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled.
为什么啊？
Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
生气气。
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
副校长 Wesley 教授。
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I am, Professor.
This is the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. You must solve a riddle to enter. I won't be of much help, I'm afraid. This sort of thing has always confounded me.
Who lived longer? The ghost or the poltergeist?
A ghost or a poltergeist? A non-being can never have been.
什么意思？
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep.
是不是因为他们两个都不纯真？
Tomorrow, I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
做个好梦，睡个好觉。
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
蓝色系，大家一起睡了，4个人一起，怎么只有一张桌子啊？4个人挤在一张桌子，镜子看不到自己。
Should be interesting.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
向阿米特自我介绍，向艾弗雷特自我介绍，向萨曼莎自我介绍。是谁？艾弗雷特。
One moment. Watch this.
What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters, and you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
说实话，有点小紧张。
Harrowing indeed. I'm still a bit on edge myself and a little nervous for classes to start.
Oh, you needn't be worried. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are firm but fair?
Ha, I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Nice to meet you. 看哪里啊？后面这里吗？
Just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant. You'd think you could... that is not how that... Why, hello. Would you like to take a look? Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you, Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy?
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
我觉得星辰是一种奇妙的存在，我不喜欢那种喜欢仰望星空的人。怎么
I hope astronomy's on my
咄咄逼
schedule.
人呢？
Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all 5th years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
That's not right either.
啊，就直接拿来吃的吗？
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
科属的确
Professor Fig does know
有
a
点
great
广
deal
泛。
about different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
我记得植物不是 Hufflepuff 学生装那么
An
长吗？
affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
大学生也会自己
Is
栽
it
培
common
植物吗？
practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients as long as your brews are all perfect.
OK，
It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is looking for you just outside. You had best not keep her waiting. Quite the nuisance.
从哪里告诉我的喂？真的很漂亮啊！走吧，去见校长、副校长，在你后面。
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, Joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes,
Owls.
your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
哦，魔法书。
Here you are.
哇，好酷哦！
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
跟着维斯莱教授。
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
嗯？那什么？
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Why don't you cast Revelio on this bust and see what details the field guide can provide?
圆形立线，向莱文克劳塔楼学院致敬的雕像坐落位于莱文克劳塔楼之内。你刚解锁的实战指南挑战，完成挑战的进度将会显示在此处。实战挑战是获得经验或 HP 的唯一途径。开指南。 这是你巫师等级从挑战中获得的经验值，可以提高你的等级和战力。你的实战指南将记录你当前的挑战进度，选择挑战菜单并继续。你收集到的第一个指南书页已经为你解锁了第一份全新的挑战类别。随着冒险之旅的推进，新解锁的挑战也将会出现在这里。选择实战指南。 每一个挑战都有不同层级，完成每一层会解锁特殊奖励，从外观到重要的强化道具。必须从挑战菜单中领取奖励，记得经常回来领取你解锁的奖励了。OK， 跟着教授走。
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
喂，五连发胶弯走内侧。
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
OK。这是什么啊 ？What？ 你靠！这是什么啊？这是几何学是什么吗？
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use
飞路
Flame
之印
to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
你发现了一个飞路之焰快速穿梭点，你可以随时打开地图，快速前往任何已发现的飞路之焰。打开地图，哇哦，哇，它的地图是3D 的。霍格沃兹分成2个主要区域，地图左侧是学生和教授居住的地方，包括学院、公共休息室和礼堂。点击代理时区域继续。 在视图中，你可以看到该区域可以用的飞路之焰。绿色飞路之焰代表你已经发射火焰，然后包括所属的学院公共休息室。灰色飞路之焰 代表你还没有发现的那个火焰的位置。低头右侧则可以找到各个学术兴趣点，包括天文台、图书馆和温室。点击图书馆附属区域。维斯莱教授已经为你解锁了主厅飞路之眼，用 A 跟 D 旋转地图。哦，真的用虚拟模型，好看啊，只是看起来有点复杂。并使用空白键以快速旅行至主厅。应该是这里吧。
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
好。
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from
哇
Central
靠！
Hall. Always something
我
happening
靠，
here.
上面的雕像还在
It's part
动
of
啊！
the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
不是雕像，就是上面的那幅画。哇！只能哇哇
That
笑
should be
了。
all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Hogsmeade。能告诉我关于一些魔咒课的讯
What
息
will
吗
I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
变魔法防御术。
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
OK， 霍格摩德。
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy
黄油
many
啤
a
酒
butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Butterbeer。Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
那你是不是想套我的话？
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
好的。
And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
For those supplies. 与费格尔教授交谈。
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
我不喜欢欺骗维斯利教授的感觉。
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Yes. 你可以在地图中追踪可用的任务哦。完成主线任务，这个黄色的标志啊，将推动故事发展，解锁新内容并赋予经验值。某些任务将用特定的咒语以及或者特定的等级需求才可以解锁。如果遇到这种情况，你需要先达到所需的等级或者学习所需的咒语激活任务，完成教授们的布置的作业或者任务奖励来获取新的咒语。最终任务按通过右键啊。先上魔咒课好了。
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand.
哦，要买这节魔杖。
He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
好，那拜拜。可以看到一个纸一直在飞啊，在这里。可以抓吗？拿不到了，那你直接出去。我的老爹，怎么突然就暗了？这就有开雾的关系啊！它现在又变亮了。你从哪里过去？这里。变形学庭院吗？直接冲去上课。哦，这是魔法的好处。走哪里啊？走这里吗
？Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily
啊，好多字啊！太多了，不看了。啊，是要点开始上课。
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
那超呢
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student.
Nettie.
Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms.
看起来是很有趣的老师。
Crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now everyone please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin,
Can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study.
俩被发现。
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
学习新的咒语，飞来咒。嘿，2、3、4。Akio。
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
因为他上课就那么短而已。哦，都笑歪了。
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
这就是吴咏唱。
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
召唤魔咒飞来咒，可将目标拉进施咒者，点击所分配的按键来释放飞来咒，并将目标拉近。再次点击就是停止施咒。喂。
Excellent control there.
哦 ，OK。停。
Very good.
OK。哎，停。啊哈，3中2，能行吧
？Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Clear. 现在来比赛了，召唤对决。
Here we go.
放点水吧，一来就50的吗？如果把它撞下去的话，可以吗？回来咒，撞，哎，没撞下去。 屁了。
There we go.
试看可不可以把他球撞下去。
Nicely done.
把他的球来当缓冲好了。这我就不当缓冲，等一下我也是30分。OK， 停 ，stop， nice。
Perfect score. Remarkable.
啊哈。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
哇靠，这什么？
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go. That is how it's done.
来，
Accio.
Excellent control there.
Watch this.
被敲到了。
There we go.
等，远了。啊！我操！哼，不能这样啊！
Be sharp.
屁啦，能这样吗？ 应该要等这个第二个过了再拉。OK， 就是现在。
I will start going easy on you now.
停！啊哈哈哈！
Quite impressive.
你这个菜逼吧！谢谢谢谢。
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
能理解真是太好了。
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Wagadu.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
这样神奇。
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Dramatic. 谢谢
It's nice
你
to。learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Until next time.
Of course, you can
A
use
word,
the guild
if you would.
influence, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it from.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was
可以是
constant
的。
Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
全部都可以这样讲话吗？啊，不好意思。
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to
很有趣耶，那个游戏。
Well, an
还
outdoor
蛮好玩。
competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
额外的课程。升级了。你是哈利波特
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather.
迪肯
Loads of wisdom,
本肯。
but a bit mad.
那我们走吧。
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
还行还行。
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
我可是天才。没有啦，开玩笑吧。那直接去第二个日线任务哦。灰色的徽章现在可用，可用的这些任务可在被标记为黑白色的这旗子的霍格沃兹区域内找到。你可以探索世界过程中发现这些任务都可以被能够获得奖励跟金子，但是并不会推动主线剧情。OK， 这个吧。啊，这两个。贝尔铺的框，哎呦，可以拿的服装啊，还有魔杖的握柄，贝离书架。没事，先先推动主线吧，等一下再剪支线好了。哦，到这里。啊，猫猫，暹罗猫，啊，还打呼噜诶。啊，你声音怎么那么粗啊？你脸好黑呀、啊！还可以对啊，用咒术啊。哦，哦，对不起，对不起，对不起。飞来术啊，不行，对不起了，我们再摸一下你。以赔罪，还会蹭脚，声音太粗啦！走吧，去上下一堂课吧。啊，走过了。哦，就在这里。这是眼球吗？ 看起来像橄榄。那开始任务吧。Stupefy。
Is that all you've got?
大爆爆。
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it.
Knowledge。哦，好大个龙的骨头。
Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso!
Oh.
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
在枪啊。
Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
拉维阿莎，拉维阿莎。
Levioso。
拉维阿莎，翻译真的是有点搞笑。
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Hmm? 那我来做示范，来吧。
Let us begin with a basic cast.
使用左滑鼠执行基础施法。
See how the dummy deflected your cast?
Yes.
This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast.
喂，拉维阿莎。啊，不好意思，你还在讲话。不小心打断他讲话。
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
来。嘿。普攻普攻，来维尔斯，哎，等一下，拉维阿莎。
Thank you.
哎，拉维阿莎，哎好，是吧？下去吧。
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
每个都有额外作业。
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
哎，有没有看到他名字？
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way.
Sallow.
Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
没有啦，第一次嘛。刚确实是
In
第一
fact,
次
it。was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain
私人性质的地下决斗，
unsanctioned dueling organization.
听上去有点意思。
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have...
Thank you,
那不
Sebastian.
是按到
I'll
了？
keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere
有按到打快
unsanctioned.
的。
We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance.
Lucan。
If you're interested. Till next time.
OK，拜。先去找那个副校长，走吧，找副校长。嗯，
What about the room, Professor?
你是多比
I was
吧
thinking？the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
迪克。
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
并不是教授，飞哥教授跟你说什么？没有
Nothing
啦，
more, Professor.
I
你
see.
想多了。
Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
哼，什么？还有额外作业？
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand.
哦，
You've
要
managed
去
your
买魔
classes
杖。
well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
那和我说说魔药
Can
店
you
的
tell
事
me more
情。
about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks
J.
a wide
Pippin.
array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
OK， 幻术配合
I've。never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
好吧，
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
OK，
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
哦，刚刚那个斯利泽林的人跟格雷芬多的人啊，应该是吧？
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
好，知道了。本集2解锁。由罗南教授交谈获得第1份作业，作业是霍格沃兹教授交给你的各种任务类型，然后完成就有新的作业作为奖励，或者完成首个任务奖励就是修复咒，修复如初，同时也是完成其他任务所需的咒语哦。根据指南任务当中追寻作业或者进度。那今天就先玩到这吧。那下一集就是要去开始采购我专属的法杖啊，跟我的朋友一起。那如果你喜欢今天的影片的话，还请按赞、订阅、分享、开启小铃铛，这样才不会错过最新的影片。我是夜幕，我们下一集再见，拜拜。